Hi, my name's Ivo Favotto and I'm the current chairman of the St Mary's Parish Concord Parish Pastoral Council, and welcome to Parish Primetime. In this series, we talk to key members of the St Mary's Parish community in Concord who, either as staff members or volunteers, help the parish fulfil its vision to make Christ present in our parish, in our local community and in our world. The aim of Parish Primetime is to help the St Mary's Parish Concord community get to know other people in our community, in our parish. So if you see them out and about in the community, let them know you've seen them on Parish Primetime and start a conversation. Our parish is filled with many wonderful people, so share a smile, say hello and get to know one another. This is episode 1 of the series, and we hope to bring you many, many more over the coming weeks and months, highlighting these interesting people and the work they do for our community. In the post-COVID world, of course, we are doing these interviews via Zoom, but hopefully we'll be able to do them face-to-face once things resume to normal. In this first episode, we talk to our long-serving and hard-working parish priest, Father Paul Crowley. Hi, Paul, and welcome to episode 1 of Parish Primetime.
Hi, Ivo, and congratulations to you and the Parish Pastoral Council on taking this initiative.
Listen, we'd like to know a little bit about Paul Crowley, the man, as well as Father Paul, our parish priest. Tell me a little bit about yourself and your family, Paul.
Well, where do I start? So I think I might start with the latest addition to the family. That's Oliver, who was only born last week, a son to my niece Emily and her husband Daniel. He's my 17th great nephew, and I have 14 great nieces. My mother, who's still alive at the age of 95, now has 23 grandchildren, and that's not including all their partners and spouses, and she has 31 great-grandchildren. As you see, I'm from a big family. I'm one of 11. I'm second of 9 boys and 2 girls. My mother still lives in the family home at Ashbury, where that's been our home for over 70 years. But in fact, she grew up in Ashbury. She moved into Ashbury with her parents in 1931 when she was only 6. So one of my hobbies has been researching my family tree. And on my father's side, my great-great-grandfather came to the colony of New South Wales in 1826 as a convict. He was sent out from Cork in Southern Ireland. And most of my father's side they all came from the south of Ireland, most of them before 1850. On my mother's side, they also mostly came from Ireland, but in some cases from the north of Ireland and in the latter 1800s. One of the little coincidences that I discovered when researching that family tree is in relationship to my father's family in Mudgee. My father was born in Mudgee, and his grandfather, my great-grandfather, Cornelius Crowley, was baptised in 1860 by the then parish priest of Mudgee, Father Callahan McCarthy. 2 years later, in 1862, Ellen O'Brien was baptised. She became my great-grandmother. She married Cornelius. And what's interesting is, not long after that, Callahan McCarthy returned to Sydney, and he'd been the founding parish priest of Mudgee, and he became, in 1870, the founding parish priest of St Mary's Concord. So I just find that a little bit of interesting historical connection, that I'm following in the footsteps of the priest who was the one who baptised my great-grandfather and great-grandmother.
Wow, that's quite a story, from convict to parish priest, and the connection to the first parish priest in Concord. That's quite a story, Paul. Thank you for that. Look, one of the key drivers behind Parish Primetime, as you know, Paul, is to let the community know about the myriad of people, mostly volunteers, working behind the scenes in various ministries in the parish. Can you tell us about how many volunteers are involved in the parish, and what are some of the key ministries?
Well, back in 2017, we did a survey of all our parish rosters. In part, that was driven by the need to ensure that all our parish volunteers were following the protocols for child protection. But what really surprised us in the parish office when we did that review was how many people are involved. We have 125 people involved across all the different ministries. In some cases, we've got the one parishioner being involved in 2 or 3 ministries. Of course, they're the things that you would expect, the obvious ones that you see on Sunday when you come to Mass, the readers, communion ministers, the choir and singers, altar servers, wardens. But then there are the other people behind the scenes. So you've got, for example, the people who quietly contribute by cleaning the church as part of the altar society. Then you've got others who take communion to the sick, be it the people in home or in other aged care facilities in the parish. And of course, there's various parish committees where people are involved. The parish council, the finance committee, the social committee, and of course the advisory committee for St Mary's Villa.
That's an extraordinary number of people, Paul. 127, I think you said, involved in the running of the parish, and it just shows you the breadth and depth of the community that we have there. You mentioned St Mary's Villa in your comments there, the residential aged care facility that's next to the church. And I know that the primary school also shares the parish site. And from everything that I can tell, they're both very highly regarded in our community. Is the parish just the landlord, or are you a bit more involved in that?
Well, both St Mary's Villa and St Mary's School are both very important parts of our parish community. In fact, there's been a school on this parish site since 1846. The very first church building was built and opened in 1845. And as well as serving as a church, it served as a one-teacher school. And so there's been a school on this site for almost 175 years. And that's because Catholic families have wanted to provide their children with the opportunity for an education that included their Catholic values and expressed their Catholic faith. And of course, the school as we know it today is really the result of generations of Catholic families that have contributed to the parish and been part of the parish. Obviously, I work closely with the principal and the school staff to ensure that we are all involved in the parish's mission and to encourage families in the school, particularly, to become more actively involved in the parish. St Mary's Villa is a more recent work of the parish. It was opened by my predecessor, Father Bill Delaney, in 1985. And in 2010, as I mentioned, it was moved to the new building on the parish site. Again, it's an example of the community's concern for the frail aged members of not only of our parish community, but of the wider community. And St Mary's Villa enjoys a great reputation in the wider community, and that's a great tribute to the dedicated staff. And they've done a great job, particularly in this difficult time of the COVID pandemic. So we congratulate them on the work that they do.
Yeah, indeed. Thank you. Thanks, Paul. It's been a fascinating insight to learn a little bit more about you and a little bit more about the parish and its reach far and wide, both within the school, within the villa, and the 127 people involved in the various ministries of the church and what you're doing for the COVID pandemic. That's been fantastic. Thank you so much, Paul, for making the time to join me on Parish Prime Time.
Well, thanks, Ivo, and we look forward to this continuing. Thank you.
Thanks, Paul. That's the end of episode 1. Everyone, I hope you liked it. Stay tuned for episode 2 next week when we talk to Anna Marcella, Principal of St Mary's Concord Primary School. In the meantime, if you've got a story to share about your experiences with the St Mary's Parish Concord, please reach out to us via the Parish Facebook page or via the Parish website. Bye for now.